Are you noticing your car insurance rate creep up even without tickets or claims? You're not alone. That's why there's Jerry, your proactive insurance assistant. Jerry handles the legwork by comparing quotes side by side from over 50 top insurers so you can confidently hit buy. No spam calls, no hidden fees. Jerry even tracks rates and alerts you when it's best to shop. Drivers who save with Jerry could save over $1,300 a year. Don't settle for higher rates. Download the Jerry app or visit jerry.ai/libsyn today. That's jerry.ai/libsyn.
I've got good news and bad news. Here's the bad news. Most protein bars are packed with sugar and unpronounceable ingredients. The good news? There's a better option. I'm Will, and I created IQ Bar plant protein bars to empower doers like you with clean, delicious, low-sugar brain and body fuel. IQ bars are packed with 12 grams of protein, brain nutrients like magnesium and lion's mane, and zero weird stuff. And right now, you can get 20% off all IQ Bar products, plus free shipping. Try our delicious IQ Bar sampler pack with 7 plant protein bars, 4 hydration mixes, and 4 enhanced coffee sticks. Clean ingredients, amazing taste, and you'll love how you feel. Refuel smarter, hydrate harder, caffeinate larger with IQ Bar.
Go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20 to get 20% off all IQ Bar products plus free shipping. Again, go to eatiqbar.com and enter code BAR20.
Welcome to Laughing in the Dark, an Are You Afraid of the Dark rewatch podcast. For 90s kids, Are You Afraid of the Dark was appointment television every Saturday night, a spine-tingling horror anthology delivered gently, befitting its Canadian roots. I'm Dave, and I'll be your host for this evening. And also joining me tonight are my fellow members of the 930 Society, Aileen.
Hello.
And Bryan.
Hey.
And Mikie.
Hello.
What's going on, everybody?
Hi.
Wintertime.
Living. I'm just living.
Same.
Living, laughing, loving.
Always.
Yep.
Person upstairs is stomping.
Yep. There's cars outside beeping.
Mm-hmm. Everybody's doing stuff. Everybody's verbing.
Everybody upstairs just doing some kind of gigantic boot dance.
Like just doing a gigantic boot dance.
Guys, if people are busy.
It's true.
Well, everybody, tonight we are going to be talking about Season 1, Episode 9, The Tale of the Sorcerer's Apprentice, which aired on Nickelodeon in the United States and on YTV in Canada on October 10, 1992. 1992. It was a long time ago.
Oof.
Yeah, it is. Let's not dwell on that.
My knees.
My back. Anybody want to finish that one?
My pussy and my crack. You're welcome.
Well, in this episode, I'm going to tell you what this episode's all about. In this episode, lonely nerd Dean wishes to control vast armies of teenagers. So he turns to witchcraft and summons an angry god from another dimension. Soon, Dean will have to decide which he values more, his cool new leather jacket and theater friends, or his boring old reliable best friend Alix, who's definitely not down with the black arts.
Yeah.
All right, upfront thoughts.
This episode fucking rules.
I don't really remember this one very well.
It is high camp. Also, school is made to look incredibly menacing.
It does have a real like school is a gauntlet.
Yeah.
If you're Dean.
Yeah. It also, there are parts of this that appear in other episodes that literally, as soon as I saw it, I freaked out.
They definitely use the school again multiple times.
Yep.
Interesting.
I'm cold.
This might even be the school from the Tale of the Super Specs.
Oh, yeah.
That makes sense.
Probably. They must shoot this in the same place.
Yeah.
I'm going to guess Hamilton.
Yes.
Probably.
Exactly. I have zero recollection of this episode. I don't think that it was one that I was like, I'm sticking around to watch this. But
You were like, who's this fucking nerd?
Yeah, exactly. But I agree with Bryan that Campville 1,000%. I'm like,
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
This staff we're about to see is the funniest thing I've ever seen in my whole entire life.
100%.
This thing, obviously the Midnight Society was also tasked with making props for this show because this definitely looks like a 13-year-old made it on the day of production.
Yes.
It's amazing.
And our main character, Dean, in this episode is played by the kid from the Peanut Butter Solution.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Welcome, Peanut Butter Solution kid.
They're gonna get their money's worth out of this kid. Michael McKay?
Matthew McKay.
Matthew McKay.
What a head of hair.
Yeah.
The peanut butter solution
Peanut
is
Butter
working.
Solution.
Also, I love it. It's like bouncy. It's got volume.
It's
And it
very
gets even,
90s.
like, as he gets evil,
He like pushes
It gets,
it
like,
back.
a little
He's like
bit
using
shinier.
product in it. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like using a little bit of matte wax or something.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
I mean, sounds, yes.
Yeah.
I know words about hair.
God damn it. I wish I had hair still.
I appreciated how much they've stepped up their game when it comes to like transitions and stuff like that. Because the whole entire opening sequence of this, like the transition of like the school at night into like dark and stuff like that, they did some really cool things with shots. And I thought that, I was like, okay.
Like, what is it? 80% of this episode is shot on a Dutch angle.
Yeah.
And it all takes place in one location, and they make it seem like it's in like multiple locations.
Yeah.
Right. There's even like a mini cold open within the story of our story. It's
That's
so
right.
cool. Good for them.
All right. If there is nothing else to say about the episode, I think it's time that we dim the lights and tell this tale. Submitted for the approval of the 930 Society, this one is called The Tale of the Sorcerer's Apprentice. We open on all the gang walking through the woods when they come across a recently dug grave. And Dave says, it's probably someone's dog. Someone's dog in the middle of the woods?
Yes.
I mean, that's what you do. You get a pet die, you just drag it off into the woods, throw it in a shallow grave, and dust off the hands and call
Bob's
it a
your
day.
uncle.
That's what happened in Pet Cemetery, right?
It's
Well,
true.
but they buried it in a magic cemetery that brought them back and made them feral.
You don't know where they are.
While they're in Canada, I can tell you that much.
It's a magical land. So
True.
If it's a gravesite, it's a gravesite for a giant dog.
Yeah, it's
And then-
also St. Bernard of some sort.
And then Frank says, yeah, right. There's only one reason you bury something in the woods, because you want to hide the evidence.
yeah.
He's good. He's a good actor.
Hey, listen, Frank is thinking.
Frank's a tough guy.
Well, he's like, let's dig it up, because he wants to see if there's a corpse in there. Now, we will learn later that Frank is also afraid of the dark. So I don't feel like digging up corpses is a thing he's really all that into.
No.
But just then, a big fake plastic skeleton erupts from the disturbed earth, and everyone screams and runs away. And it turns out it's just a prank by Kiki and Frank. A prank by Kiki and Frank. These bitches are exhausting.
Another like elaborate fucking contrivance that they all lose their shit over when they see it. It's like, kids, you do this every episode.
Yeah.
It's like setting this shit up it's like a full-time job.
For reals. How did they set up that whole thing? Like, you need actual springs and stuff to like have it lift and a shovel to make a hole. Like,
Which that seems like the easiest part.
right, but also, shut up, Kiki. You're a fucking idiot, and I am so annoyed by you.
Oh, then it goes on, because then they settle in at the fire, and she's like, Eric was the best. And then she's like, she does what I would consider a homophobic impression, where she's like, oh no. It's like, Kiki. Look, I get that you're dealing with some issues about your own sexual identity.
Yeah.
So I'm going to let this slide, but you're being real rude.
Kiki,
Okay.
you're a fucking bitch, man.
Also, 1 second. Are these kids throwing a real human skull around?
Well, so this is like everyone's pissed now, and Gary picks up the skull, and I don't think it's a real one. This isn't like a Ricky Casso situation.
Sure.
And he's sort of holding it, alas, poor Yorick, and then he hands it to Betty Ann, because this is gonna be a Betty Ann story.
Uh-oh, watch out, Mikey. Hold on.
Betty Ann takes it. She's like, "Oh, thanks. I'm gonna tell you the fucking story now."
No, they're like, oh, is this going to be another gore fest? And it's like, wait a second. Tell me one of these Betty Ann gore fests.
Wait, you say Borefest? Zing, got her. Classic. All right, so she starts telling her story. It's Linden High, 1966. We're in what appears to be Freddy Krueger's boiler room.
Yes, I said that too.
Yeah, it's like a montage of scenes of her like running down hallways on like hard canted angles. Egregious abuse of the canted angle.
Yeah.
A tattooed lady goes running down the hall and she drops to, I guess, what is a well? And then there's a basket and she puts what looks like an avocado in the basket.
Yeah.
And she lowers it down.
Yep. And it puts the avocado on its skin or else it gets the hose again.
Listen, great
Pain in
for
that.
skin and hair avocado. I highly rec.
So we fast forward to the present day, and all the beautiful, diverse Canadian children are sitting in a very nondescript science class. Why do all of these science rooms look exactly the same, no matter where or when you are?
It's true.
Yeah.
100%. Because like I just remember those little like faucets with the little tiny baby like whatever little head.
It's for your eyes.
No. The one where you'd put the hoses on it so you could turn on your Bunsen burner.
That's what. Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that's not a faucet, that's gas. You can't drink that.
I've tried. Just kidding.
Betty Ann introduces us to Dean Burkham, who she describes as a pretty big loser. No sports, no friends. My God, what have I done? And honestly, I feel like Betty Ann's list of things that make you cool, questionable.
Yeah, she probably doesn't have a long list.
Also, Dean does have a friend. The teacher looks like Large Marge, is very upset because Dean has, I guess, failed the test or some shit. And she hands it back to him and she's like, you're sinking into perdition. And I was wanting to think to myself, how many kids watching this show know perdition?
But also, bad grades are going to send you to hell.
That's
I
right.
really saw myself in this teacher. I was like, if I am getting cast in anything, it's as this teacher. Like, I really felt connected to her. I was like, yes, these kids ain't shit, girl, and your life is busted. And this fucking asshole kid.
This and the old lady from The Tale of the Twisted Claw. You are truly in your Senora era.
I
That's true.
am. I listen, I'm here to be the grumpy old woman that is like so cursed by children and like having to deal with them as their daily life. So she just is constantly in horrible agony because she's put herself in this very personal hell of being surrounded by horrible children. I think I could play that beautifully.
Oh my goodness. Woo! I feel seen though. So we cut to the kids who are walking through the hall, and Dean, who does have a friend, Betty Ann, you bitch.
Yeah.
We are introduced to Dean's friend Alix, who is a black girl with very white girl taste in clothing. Seriously, it looks like her shirt was made from the scraps of an old Amish church sale.
I love that shirt, dude. That shirt was peak 90s cool girl shirt, was part denim, part like a kitchen towel.
The blocking on this thing is awful.
Love
I'll tell you
it.
that much.
Love it.
Now, and Betty Ann's narration says it was a friendship, a boat to be put to the test.
A boat.
Yes. Let's go.
So Dean looks at his test he got back and he says, another Crenshaw chemistry catastrophe. I love alliteration. And he's real down in the dumps, but then they go off to world cultures class, which is apparently a thing in Canada.
Love it.
And they have a special guest. Now, cut to the classroom where the special guest, she's either an archaeologist, or if her outfit is any indication, she's a sales associate at the dress bank.
I love her outfit. Dr. Oliver is looking fierce as hell with a single dangly earring, all in sand colors because she's an archaeologist. I'm like, yes, you redheaded bitch, I love you. Obsessed with Dr. Oliver.
Well, the students are too, because they are wrapped with her. And she's like brought a bunch of objets, a lot of artifacts to the school to show them. And now, look, I worked in a museum once. They take this shit very seriously. I find it very hard to believe that they just let Lady Dress Barn take all of this stuff to the school. And she has one particularly interesting artifact that is a scepter, which has a big snake head on it.
Yes, Serpentor's staff.
Prince Ali, yes, it is he, but not as you know him. That's exactly what I thought of. I was like, Jafar, where are you, my dude? They've taken your staff.
This episode is going to bump up against racism a little bit.
I was going to
here
say,
and
is
there.
this racist towards Babylonians?
Yes.
Totally.
And so the thing is like clearly made out of paper mache. She says it belonged to Goth, a quote, particularly nasty magician who enslaved thousands to do his evil bidding. Now look, museums do not believe in magicians. It's just not a thing that they represent. Well, I guess it depends on the museum.
Representation matters.
Yeah.
Right? All lives matter.
Magician lives matter.
So that's the second t-shirt.
Yeah.
So Dean sees the scepter and he is immediately drawn to its power, for he too wants to enslave thousands. And she says, following Goth will bring you good luck, but if you cross him, it will lead to your destruction.
Following Goth will lead straight to fishnet shirts and guy liner.
Ooh, zing!
Oh, yeah.
Back in the hallway, Alix isn't really on board with this story about Goth, but Dean is, so he goes back to the classroom, presumably to steal stuff, I guess?
Damn.
Yeah, now fuck the library. I'm going to steal that Cobra staff.
Yeah.
But unfortunately for Dean, the dress barn associate is still there, but she is excited that she found another, quote, convert.
Join us.
So Dean stares into the eyes of the silly snake scepter. See, I can do alliteration too. And we hear some vaguely Middle Eastern music as he falls into a trance and the red eyes on the paper mache snake light up.
Oh no.
Now we kind of cut away, we cut back, and someone is unlocking the door to the basement?
Now, is this a special like skill that Dean has? Because this is his second lock that he just popped open by pulling it
Yeah, he
open.
just grabs it and like just yanks it and it opens.
Yeah, it's real weird.
I guess that's magic. That's Dean magic.
It's Dean magic because he did
Dean.
it for Alix earlier in the episode too.
Oh, right.
Yeah, but I think that was more like I am kind of a cool dude.
Okay.
So Dean goes down into Freddy's boiler room, which turns out to be the basement of the school, and he pulls up the avocado from the well, which turns out to be a pouch of some sort.
And you know that he got hepatitis.
Absolutely.
Definitely has tetanus now from that wire basket.
I was going to say, the basket's like, here are all these pointy things. And you're just like, well, there's a blood disease in there. And I have all of them.
It's been submerged in this little pit
Rust.
of water since the 60s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez.
This is how you get necrotizing fasciitis.
Ah.
So we cut back to the classroom with Large Marge, and after Dean gets this pouch, he has now become too cool for school.
I got a black turtleneck now, so you know that
Yeah.
means I'm
Yeah.
a bad guy.
And I put product in my hair.
He does. His hair's a little bit floppier.
Yep.
He's got a turtleneck on. I swear he's got his feet up on the desk. Maybe I'm just misremembering that. So Large Marge gives him another chemistry test.
Also, another goddamn test?
2 tests in a row seems like a lot to me, but what do I know? I'm not a teacher. But Cool Dean, who I will from now on be referring in my notes to as Cool Dean,
Love it.
he scoffs and picks up the test and brings it to the front of the class uncompleted. Miss Crenshaw, in my note I wrote, who is not married, I guess.
How rude. You don't know.
Well, he
She
calls
could
her Miss
be.
Crenshaw.
You're right. She could be divorced.
Ms. Crenshaw.
Or widowed.
Widowed.
Then she would be the widow Crenshaw.
Old Lady Crenshaw. He brings it back to Old Lady Crenshaw, and she's outraged. She's like, is this some sort of joke? But Cool Dean just looks her deep in the eyes, and then we hear that vaguely racist music play again, and then Dean sort of menaces her, and she gets confused, and she's like, oh no, it's fine, it's fine. And then she gives him an A+.
But the test is all filled out.
How?
Magic. Dean Magic.
Dean magic.
It's Cool Dean Magic, yeah.
That's his rap name.
DJ Cool Dean Magic. On 105.2 Kiss. And then out he goes into the hallway. Alix chases Dean down the stairs and asks how he got out of the test. But he's like, I took the test, baby, and I aced it. And then she's just like, what's going on with you? And he's like, Alix, you just think I'm useless, and I'm gonna prove to everybody that I'm not a loser.
Is this when he like backs her into a fucking
Yeah,
corner,
yeah.
like super aggressive?
Dean gets like borderline menacing at multiple points, and
Yeah.
I said, it's like, girl, that is not how you win friends.
No.
Don't act like a rapist.
Like David from the Midnight Society, Dean is giving off some serious school shooter vibes right now.
Absolutely.
Very aggressive.
Yes, shit is escalating, guys.
So it could be the next day or later that day. Time is very elusive in this episode.
Right.
I know there is a daytime and I know there is a nighttime. I just don't know if they are at the same time.
Whoa.
So let's call it the next day. Alix arrives early for class, and in the empty classroom, she's getting all your shit set up, and she sees Dean rifling through the cabinet in the chemistry classroom.
Yep.
Presumably, he's going to steal some chemicals to make crystal meth.
Yeah, but also, Cool Dean's wearing a leather jacket now.
Yep.
Okay,
Yeah,
Danny Zuko.
This has escalated. When she calls out to him, he looks like a spooked animal, and he just tucks some sort of acid or something into his cool leather jacket, and then he runs away. Now, this is how you don't look suspicious, right? You just look like a spooked animal and run away with jars of acid.
obviously.
Not doing anything weird.
Of course.
So we cut to Dean, who is now back in the basement boiler room, question mark. This time, Alix follows him. And for some reason, it appears to be raining in the basement, but just in one part of the basement.
Yeah, these like pipes that are clear, it looks like, but not. It's just like a plastic tarp that looks like a water feature downstairs in the basement.
So I think it's like one of those things you get at like Sharper Image.
Yes!
I like the sound
It's a
of
window,
rainfall.
but it just keeps raining.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's kind of like in Alien, how like the interior of the Nostromo, it's always raining
wet.
inside for some reason.
I hated that. I was like, ugh, that feels so.
Even seem
My
possible.
my sensory issues get real about all that.
Well, downstairs in the Nostromo, they're all having a weird cult meeting because now Cool Dean has new cool friends, and they all look like they're maybe part of the theater department because they're all wearing just black. I like how this show uses people wearing black clothing to indicate like they've gone bad, except
Yeah.
they're all wearing like turtlenecks and they're like tucked into their jeans with no belt.
yeah.
Also, Sideshow Bob is part of this cult as well because his hair is crazy. Did you see him?
I didn't see a Sideshow Bob hair.
There is one kid who
Damn.
has some real floofy hair.
I know.
Cool Dean and his goth friends, he's doing like magic for them. And he's talking about bringing goth back from the dead or whatever. I don't really know. But then Alix makes a noise.
Girl.
And they're all hip to where she's at. And so Dean sends his minions after her. Now she manages to escape, kind of. She doesn't even leave the basement, really.
She just sidesteps and everybody just like runs away.
And they're like, whoa, where'd she go?
It's true.
Cool Dean magic. So now she's like up on a catwalk or something. This is a very elaborate school basement. So she's up on a catwalk and she's watching as Dean pulls the avocado pouch from his jacket.
Yeah.
Something like that. It contains a giant marble, which he sticks into the snake scepter's mouth and it lights up. And then Goth's head appears out of a big barrel of oil or something.
I was surprised at this head. I was like, oh, that actually kind of looks like the way it appeared. I was like, okay, I like that.
Okay.
I was like, cool. What a cool. If I had seen that in a theater, I'd be very impressed.
Look, the bar is so low at this point
Exactly.
that a goth head from a barrel.
Like, wow.
all it
How
takes.
do they do that?
So Goth's head appears and Dean enthusiastically welcomes him to, I guess, America or Canada or whatever.
Yeah.
And Goth tells him he's been waiting centuries for an apprentice just like him. He's been waiting centuries for a cool dude just like him. Totally awesome. It definitely has lots of friends. But before Goth can be freed from his dark dimension, Dean needs to gather the nightshade and prepare the cauldron. Not euphemisms.
Oh.
Yeah, he says you have to do one last task. Shoot up your school, Dean.
The mystic vapors must be released. is what
Okay.
he actually said.
Okay.
Yeah, we're all gonna do acid.
You guys, the Mystic Vapors. The Mystic Vapors. That's the name of my new band. Nobody can take it. I am.
Featuring DJ Cool D.
Exactly. Mystic Vapors.
DJ Cool Dean Magic.
DJ Cool
exactly.
Dean Magic.
Oh my God, Mystic Vapors. They say that so much during this episode. It made me laugh every single fucking time.
They do. And then he's like, once you release the Mystic Vapors, you'll get everything you wanted. And I'm like, I'm not even really sure what Dean wanted. He's already got a cool leather jacket and shiny hair.
and a posse.
Yeah. I mean, what more do you need?
I know.
Oh, no, wait, but I do want to point out one thing that happens because it made me laugh so fucking hard is once Goth realizes that his plans are coming to fruition, he begins to laugh maniacally, like
He
his
sure
just
does.
that like laughing head in the barrel thing, and then the show cuts to commercial, and then comes back
Right.
and he's still laughing.
Okay, so he's laughing and he's like, the look on his face is, but it's like one of pain. Like he has like gas pain.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, then Alix like kicks a fucking barrel. This girl sucks at being a
Girl.
spy.
Yeah.
And she's so loud, even Goth can hear her in another dimension. And he commands Dean to stop her.
Alex has a -5 modifier and stuff.
She's awful at this.
She sucks.
Yeah.
And so Alix goes running out of the basement.
Like Barry Goldberg.
She really does. And I wrote she runs all the way to the museum, I guess, because she's shouting for Dr. Oliver, the dress barn associate, but she's not. She's still in the school. So this makes me think maybe this is all the same day? Dean was cool for just one day?
But her outfits change.
Okay, well then Dr. Oliver's been hanging around the school a little too long for someone giving a 1-hour presentation.
Yeah.
She lives here now.
Yeah, she does.
So Alix finds Large Marge, the chemistry teacher, and she finds her and she explains all this stuff that's happening to her. But Large Marge is already on the Goth train.
Oh, no.
And she's like, just join us, Alix.
Join us.
Which is Alix?
Yes.
Come on. Come on, guys.
Yes.
Really?
It's Are You Afraid of the Dark? Come on.
That's
Yeah,
true.
it's
true.
Canada. That's how they spell it there.
That's right.
I also find it funny that anytime somebody gets evil,
Wear a turtleneck.
they wear a turtleneck and they get vaguely British. Like she started talking almost in like a British accent.
I think it's like a mid-Atlantic accent.
Sure.
Every time.
Because the museum lady's going to do it later. And well, we'll get there. So she runs to the auditorium where she finds Cool Dean just chilling on the stage. His hair freshly greased and his leather jacket well oiled.
So this is the male version of Big Bitch Bangs. That slick back.
Very much so. Also, this is very much, I feel, where Timothy Chalamet like got his vibe. Like this is
Okay.
very Timmy Chalamet to me.
Okay.
Timothy.
Timothée Chalamet.
Chalamet.
I feel like he would take this whole situation and be like, it's at Marty Supreme. I haven't seen it. Don't care to. And that's fine.
Me either.
It's about ping pong.
Yeah. And I don't care. So sorry.
So she runs, and Dean's like, he's got his feet up on the stage. He's probably wearing some like cool boots or something. And he's like fully changed. And now he's like, I am, thanks to the awesome power of dark magic, I'm in charge.
Yeah.
I'm a cool dude now. And my dad's gonna be real impressed with me.
Sure.
Goth has given me the power. So he's like, then he kind of gets up in her face, which again, a little rapey.
Back
Yeah.
up,
Cool
dude.
Dean. And he explains how happy he is now to have followers and people who take his orders. And I thought, stick around, Dean. There's going to be a great job for you in the government in 20 or 30 years.
Oh boy. For real.
So anyway, Alix is like, yeah, no, Goth is controlling you. You need to break free and I guess go back to being a lonely nerd. Like that's the alternative. But instead he just threatens her and says, stay out of my way and I'll let you go.
It's so dramatic. It's just like
Yeah, they're teenagers.
they're teens, I know, but the drama, I'm like, it's too much
I feel
for me.
like I was a dramatic teenager.
Oh my
I was
God.
also a closeted homosexual teenager. though.
Don't get me started on being a dramatic teenager. I think you guys can have a pretty good idea of what this was.
I've seen the pictures.
Yeah, she's wild. But like in general, I'm like, I'm so
Eyebrows
annoyed
plucked for the gods.
to just a single line. Awful.
So after Alix runs away, Dean and his, I guess, bike gang now.
Yeah.
Theory. Dean's gang is the gang from the Tale of the Twisted Claw.
Okay.
It could be. There
Okay.
seems like the same school.
This is the Are You Afraid of the Darkiverse?
Yeah.
The extended
All right.
Are
Yeah.
You Afraid of the Dark universe?
Wow, this is like Marvel now. I love this.
Yeah.
Okay.
At first, I was like, why are they riding their bikes to this old, foggy industrial park? But they're not. They're back at the school.
Yeah.
They keep fleeing and then coming back to the school, but it's as though they never actually leave. They just kind of go out and run around the building a couple times.
Yeah.
And then come back inside.
Got to get their steps in.
And we see that one of them is rolling a big barrel of acid.
You
Just
guys.
surrounded by weird green light. And I wrote that it's like the light of Goth is like the light of Christ in the Kincaid. Mhm. So Alix is running off to get the police, but one of the Dean's goons like grabs her, and Dean goes, "Put her in the van.
Put her in the van, man.
Put her in the van." And I'm just like, "What? Can any of you drive?"
But he's bad. He's a bad boy.
And also to just go back to school.
Yeah, I mean, none of you have left the school yet.
Exactly. Where's that van going?
Look, they're gonna do donuts in the parking lot. It's 1992 in Manitoba.
Yeah.
So we cut back to the campfire, and Frank is pretty excited that they are going to boil this girl in acid.
Jesus.
Now, Kiki doesn't get it because Kiki, I guess, has never heard of acid, and also because Kiki is a dummy.
Whatchamacallit acid. Shut up, Kiki.
She can't read.
Why can't Kiki read? But Gary gets it, and he can still get it if you know what I mean.
You better work.
But then he says, Alix's goose is cooked. And then I was like, I don't know if you can still get it, Gary.
Gary.
Your cool lingo.
A little cringe there.
So we cut back to the school, and they're going into like this closed off part of the school. And then Cool Dean is like, they say a girl went mad in there. I was like, I bet that's not true.
No.
Okay.
They're being drama queens.
So they're dragging Alix into this secret place in the school that I guess nobody knows about. Why do these kids have so much access to the school in the middle of the night?
For reals.
Dean's magic lock break ability.
Well,
of
it
course.
turns out, though, that they got the key from the security guard who is now part of the Cool Dude cult.
Yes.
Oh, right. Because even the adults are in it now. Because he's like, not only are people dying to be my friends, even adults, dude, are trying to fucking talk to me. Isn't that dope?
Even my dad wants to go to see a Toronto Blue Jays game later. So now it turns out it's just the old pool room. That's the secret area. But Dean's going to use it for his ritual, so it's cool.
Yeah.
And Dean has all of these ritual objects that look like he bought them all from TJ Maxx.
He's a Maxinista.
Yeah.
I had to go to Marshall's for some
That's
of them.
right.
Michael's also for like plant stuff because those
That's where I
plants
go for
were
everything.
plastic.
And he says, "You've been so curious, Alix. I thought you'd want to stay for the main event." Well, the main event is, please welcome to the main stage, Goth. They open these barrels, and they're dumping all the acid into the pool. And then he takes this big garbage bag of, I'm guessing, the Belladonna and Nightshade or something.
Yeah.
And then I wondered, where do you think they got it all? They just have it in the neighborhood?
They're foragers.
Yeah, they're freegans.
Yeah, that's true.
So he's dumping it all in, and then Alix, she threatens to smash the scepter, and Dean is like, it's too late, Alix. And then he like snaps his fingers, and all of his followers drop dead or whatever. And he's like, it's too late, I've already got what I need. And then the room turns foggy and green, and a very surprised Goth rises from the pool of acid.
It's like he stepped on his keys.
Mystic vapors! Mystic vapors!
The Mystic Vapors. Please welcome to the main stage, Mystic Vapors. So then she I don't know if she like chucks the scepter at him or something. It just seems whatever it is, she just annoys Goth.
The ball.
Okay.
The ball from the scepter. I don't know how she got it, but she's like, and then Goth's like,
He's
okay,
like,
bitch.
Damn.
And he's like, I'm already here.
Yeah.
But it is enough to snap Dean out of his trance, and he tries to help Alix, but he's stuck in place, so he's not doing anything.
Alix, what's going on? Suddenly his voice is like this.
Oh my god.
Oh yeah, he's not Cool Dean anymore, trust me.
Cool Dean magic is gone. He is Weenie Dean again.
Yeah, he is gone.
Lyle, I don't know what's happening.
Alix, Alex, oh my Glavin. And so he's like, Alex, use the chlorine. Use the chlorine, Alex.
I was just making sounds.
I think that's we're like really pushing the limit here. So Alex grabs this barrel of chlorine because they just keep a big open barrel of chlorine and giant industrial barrel in the school.
OSHA would be furious with the chemical storage at this place.
It's a secret spot that like nobody uses. Why is there a big barrel of chlorine? It doesn't matter.
Because they're by a pool?
But
I mean,
that shit should still be locked up. There's children there. They could, you
can at least put a lid on it.
Devil's advocate. In a pool.
I know. I would play hide and seek. I might crawl in there and then corrode. You don't want that.
That's true.
So Goth just laughs maniacally and he says, "Your human science has no hope of..." But then he trails off.
Yeah.
As the chemicals begin to interact and I guess suck him back to another dimension or something.
Yeah, back to the negative zone.
Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
And with that, the spell is broken and he's back to being stupid old unlucky Dean.
Aww.
But also, science is cool.
That's right. And Alex forgives him and he explains that he remembered his chemistry test that chlorine kills bacteria. So I guess that Goth is just the bacteria we gained along the way. I was pretty proud of that joke.
It's the name of your sex tape.
That's right. And then they both burst into laughter and she helps him up and she hugs him. And neither one of them seems particularly interested in the other cultists who I'm going to assume have some kind of brain trauma at this point.
It's like the end of Weapons.
Yeah.
They're just like, well, fuck you guys, we're out of here.
The mystic vapors got to them.
The camera laying on them as they like file out of the pool room. I was like, guys, you could have at least been like, hey, are you okay?
Yeah, anything.
Nothing.
Well, at least they're not dead.
No wonder why he has no friends. Jesus.
Well, he has one friend, and he
Exactly.
seems to like her a lot. Maybe they should try dating. After they leave, everybody's now leaving the pool room, and the museum lady appears, and speaking to the scepter in, I guess, a British accent, she says, "I've planted jewels in high schools in all the other countries. We'll have another chance."
Yeah, why does this lady need the kids to do her dirty work?
Also, how's
Exactly.
she getting to all the other countries? She works at the dress bar.
Also, why does it have to be in a high school? Like, why is she doing this at high school?
You guys. She's
What?
got a tattoo, okay?
Well,
it must mean that she is an evil woman.
She is, because she is the girl who went mad. Whomst was referenced earlier.
Oh my god.
Except she's clearly British, and this is not a British school, so
No,
Okay.
I think I've learned from talking to Goth so much to measure my voice so that it's simply a neutral accent for all to hear.
no one will know where you're from.
Canada is part of the Commonwealth.
That's true. That is true. So we cut back to the campfire, and Dave says, "I smell a sequel." And I tried to fit a fart joke in there. I couldn't do it with class, so I just didn't
Good
do
for
it at all.
you, Dave.
And then Gary takes charge, and because Gary's a take charge kind of guy, and he declares the meeting is closed. And then I wrote, "He's so capable."
And very strong.
And with that, the fire is doused, and away they go.
What a time to be alive.
We all,
Truly.
I think we all liked that one.
It was pretty good. It was
yeah.
pretty good.
I like
Pretty
this one.
goofy. What a cheesy, fun way of like, ooh, an age-old curse can get you too in your high school.
They do. There will be more episodes where they really kind of camp it up.
Sure.
Because, it's the 90s and it's a kid's show.
Yeah,
so.
it's a little bit like Christine, where he, he's like Keith Gordon in that one where he goes evil and he gets the dark circles under his
is.
eyes. He wears a black leather jacket everywhere he goes.
Yeah.
That movie's so homoerotic.
Love it.
I just love the fact that John B was on it from Pee-wee's Playhouse. He really just lit my heart up. It's like-
Speaking of gays.
I know. His little face appearing everywhere. It was great.
Another good one.
Another good one.
Anyway, on behalf of everybody on this podcast, I want to thank you for taking the time to get spooked with us. Check back in 1 week when Bryan will tell us another chilling tale about a leprechaun. Boom. Until then, you can find Aileen on Uy Que Horror. You can find Bryan and I on Bring Me the Axe and 99 Cent Rental and quote Mikie unquote on the Rewatcher.
Laughing in the Dark is written by us and produced and edited by Mikie Soroyce, with music by Bryan White. Our incredible key art was created by Vin Elio. You can keep up with us in between episodes by following us on Instagram at laughinginthedarkpod, or you can email us at laughingpodcast@gmail.com. And if you're listening on YouTube, be sure to like and subscribe. We sure would appreciate it.